Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7, and today we are going to take a look at the Real Steel Sylph. Before we jump into it though, I want to thank my subscribers, everyone that subs, likes the videos, and leaves comments. All of those things mean a tremendous amount to me, and I'm super happy to see that there's people that want to watch my content. So super appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Now, what had me curious about this knife is I saw Lefty EDC do a review on it, and I was really taken by surprise because, two things that are really important to me whenever it comes to knives is less the raw performance and more the action and the acoustics. And whenever he reviewed it in the detent, whenever he reviewed it, it had all those things. It looked like it had really good action, really good acoustics, and he commented on the detent strength. So I wanted to jump into this knife myself and kind of see if it was going to live up to, what he said it was. A few things first. I'm also a huge fan of integrals. I collect as many as I can. This is a kind of a wraparound steel integral. You can kind of see it down in here. And then it's got this, what I believe to be a steel jacket. Let me grab a magnet really quick. Yeah, it's got the same tension all the way through. So yeah, it's a steel integral that's been wrapped around, and then it's got a steel jacket around it. And we have, ambidextrous steel stamped pocket clip. Oh, hey, there we go. So they've also, right in here, kind of given us a little launch pad for deployment. Not that there's anything wrong with this. I mean, I don't know if you can hear it. It's all smooth, but that gives you just a slightly deeper wedge to get in there and flick the blade out. It looks like we're going to have external stops, which is interesting. Well, I guess they didn't want... Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe that's just a design aesthetic. I'm fine with external stops. But typically it's something you see on more expensive knives. Not that it costs more to do, but I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that design element. All right, let's get the blade out. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that was crispy. That lock bar is tight as hell, though. Try it again. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Detent's good. Yeah, that action is fantastic. That lock bar is a monster, though. Holy cow. Look at how toothy that thing is. It did not need to be that deep. So whenever I push in on it, yeah, it's tight. I really have to get on it. And I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not a huge deal, right? It's not like I'm in pain, but it could stand to be a little more comfortable. And these are external stop pins, which means that instead of having like a stop bar, I'm forgetting the name, but basically the thing stopping it instead of being on the inside is just out here. That's all it means. I probably way over explained that needlessly. So let's see what kind of... So it looks like we're gonna rock Nitro V steel, which is perfectly fine. Nitro V steel is, it's a steel that Civivi uses pretty often. It's a fine performer steel. So if you're using this for general EDC, then you're going to be in great shape. This is a poltergeist design. Poltergeist Knife Works. Um, they're currently doing a collaboration with Vanguard Knives, and they're bringing out a knife called the Ghost, which looks super good. But Poltergeist is kind of known for their creative designs, especially at the budget category. Not a huge fan of the billboarding, but I gotta say, the lock bar will wear in over time. This action, though, is fantastic, and the acoustics are terrific. This knife on at most retailers is like 60-ish bucks, but on Amazon currently it's like $52. And I can say for 52 bucks, yeah, I can say as it sits right now, without having done my full testing, this feels like a pretty good value. Normally, I don't like the feel of steel on my knives. I prefer titanium, but this doesn't feel super heavy. It doesn't feel much different than aluminum, really. And it looks like we do have a fair amount of, you guys probably can't see it, but we do have a fair amount of internal milling. That's no doubt bringing the weight down. Let's do oh, sorry for the shake. Let's do a quick size comparison up against the Civivi Brazen. And we'll do another one with the Civivi Altus. Yeah, much more in line with the overall size of the Altus. Really almost identical to the Altus. And the Altus is about the same size as the Cubit. So if you get the real steel self, then you'll be looking at having something that's about the same size as the Cubit. Can't recommend this guy enough. Palmetto Armory. This is the Civivi Brazen with aluminum milled scales. I did a review on this. Dope knife. All right, let's go ahead and check the weight on this guy. It's going to be heavier than it looks. Steel typically is, because steel outweighs titanium at the same size. So we're at about 3.4 ounces. That's actually really not too bad. I mean, 3.4 ounces, it might be 0.4 ounces heavier than what you'd expect. And at that weight, it really doesn't matter. I mean, unless, you, like, this would be fine in gym shorts, right? So, like, that's kind of my benchmark, is if it's going to bother you in gym shorts, then the weights needs to be discussed. If it's not going to bother you in gym shorts, then the weight's probably fine. Still have not found my ruler, so we are going to fall back on using this guy. You know what? Let me come from down here. Measuring from tip to right here, as far as the blade goes, it looks like we're at about 3.07 inches. So, give me a little room for error, maybe 3.1. But yeah, I mean, that looks pretty spot on. And then can we do overall? Let's see, we got 3.7. And then if we come over here and do the same thing, we're looking at about so I'm going to say somewhere between 7 and 7.5. Oh, you guys can't even see it, my bad. Somewhere between 7 and 7.5 inches, full length. Whenever I do my full review, I'll have my ruler, and I'll have the actual length for you. But overall, not a full size knife, not necessarily tiny, but Really snappy, great action. Really enjoy the acoustics. So I'm going to give this a few days in the pocket, use it to cut boxes, cut paper, and things like that, and then report back and let you guys know what my final thoughts are. Beyond that, I want to say once again, I appreciate everyone that subscribes, everyone that likes. If you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more content like this, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thank you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.